If your business feels heavier than it used to, it's probably not because it got harder. It's because you changed. And most founders don't catch that. They assume the pressure means they're losing motivation, or that they're burned out, or that they just need to refocus. But sometimes the real issue is this: your identity evolved, and the business is still demanding the old version of you. I'm a certified hypnotist and strategy-first marketing consultant, and I've used this exact approach to turn 8-hour workdays into 4-hour days, and to restructure 1,120-hour projects into completed 520-hour projects without burnout. And what I've seen over and over again is this: when your identity evolves, but the system doesn't, friction becomes inevitable. You built your business with one internal story. Maybe it was the hustler, the prover, the underdog, the fixer, the one who could outwork everyone else. And that version of you built something real. But now, something feels off. You don't want to hustle the same way. You don't want to be in the weeds all day. You don't want to be the emergency responder for every small issue. You want depth. You want strategy. You want calm. You want to think again. And when the story of you and the story of the business stop matching, burnout isn't far behind. This is what I call the self-to-business bottleneck. It's when the role you're in, the expectations you're carrying, or the model you built no longer fits who you are now. And what makes this dangerous is that everything can look successful on the outside. Revenue might be steady. Clients might be happy. Your calendar might be full. But internally, something feels tight. You started this to help people and have freedom. But now you feel like the on-call firefighter. You wanted to lead, now you're managing Slack threads. You wanted creative control, now you're stuck in admin. You want to work on growth, but your day gets eaten by emails, DMs, and quick questions. And eventually, the thoughts show up. Quietly at first: this isn't what I signed up for. That sentence, it's important because it tells you something has shifted. If your business can't run without you, it stops feeling like a business. It starts feeling like a job that follows you everywhere. You wake up and it's already waiting. You open your laptop and you brace. You try to relax and your brain is still holding everything. And here's how this conflict shows up emotionally. Resentment. Even toward things you used to love. You resent the clients. You resent the inbox. You resent the constant access. Then numbness. You're functioning, you're performing, but you don't feel connected to it anymore. You go through the motions, but there's no spark. And then dread. Dread before the laptop opens. Dread before the first call. Dread on Sunday night. Those are not random moods. They're signals. They're what happens when you keep forcing one part of you to live a story it has already outgrown. Most high performers misinterpret this stage. They think, I need to get my edge back. So they double down on discipline. They buy another planner. They restructure their Notion. They wake up earlier. They listen to motivational content. But motivation relies on meaning. And when the business no longer matches your identity, the meaning leaks out. You can't discipline your way out of a mismatch. And this is why resistance shows up. Every time you try to make a change, you hit friction. You think about delegating, but something tightens. You think about restructuring, but you stall. You think about raising prices, but you hesitate. See, it's not laziness, it's identity protection. Part of you is trying to protect the old structure because it used to work. But another part of you knows you've outgrown it. That internal split, it's exhausting. And the longer you ignore it, the heavier the business feels. So instead of asking, how do I get motivated again? Ask a better question. Where is the mismatch? What did I originally sign up for? Was it freedom, creativity, impact, autonomy, time with family? You see, now you got to ask, what does the business currently require from me? Is it constant availability, operational firefighting, decision fatigue, emotional labor? Then ask, which emotion shows up most? Is it resentment, numbness, dread? See, that emotion is the breadcrumb trail. Resentment usually means your boundaries are outdated. Numbness often means your role no longer fits. And dread usually means your nervous system feels trapped. See, once you name the conflict, something shifts. You stop making it personal. You stop telling yourself you're ungrateful or weak or broken. You start seeing structure instead of character. You see, this isn't about motivation. It's about alignment. And here's the important part. You don't need to burn the business down. You need to redesign it to match who you are now. Sometimes it means simplifying. Sometimes it means standardizing. Sometimes that means systemizing so everything doesn't route through you. But the order matters. If you try to fix the structure without addressing the identity shift, you'll recreate the same pattern in a new format. That's why so many founders rebuild their business and end up feeling trapped again just 2 years later. The internal story didn't evolve alongside the system. See, if this is resonating, that's not an accident. And this is the exact pattern, the self-to-business bottleneck. See, this exact pattern is one of the core things I break down inside my book. So if your business feels heavier than it should, download Stop Being the Bottleneck, a 7-day plan to reclaim 5+ hours a week without working more. Inside of it, I walk you step by step through how to identify where the mismatch is coming from, reduce task resistance, and start building a business that holds without your nervous system carrying the entire load. See, it's not about hustling harder. It's about aligning internally and restructuring externally. And the link is below. And if this hit close to home, comment what showed up for you in those 3 diagnostic questions. What did you sign up for? What does the business demand now? And which emotion is loudest? When you write it out, you clarify it, and someone else reading your comment might realize they're not crazy either. Because if it feels like this isn't what you signed up for, honestly, it probably isn't. And that doesn't mean you failed. It means you evolved. Now the system just needs to catch up.